Earlier in the spring, Aaron and I picked up a puppy. Her name is Izzy. She's a 9-month-old retriever cross with a horse, is how I like to joke about it. There's moments where I think, man, she is smart. She's picking up on things that I'm saying, and she gets it. And then the very next minute, she does the exact opposite and makes me think that she's the dumbest dog on the face of the planet. Which made me think, do pets actually understand what we're saying? Or do they just understand the tones? Or what is it? So we welcome to the program author and professional pet sitter, Laura Vorreyer. Laura, thanks so much for the time today.
Oh, I'm so happy to be on. Thanks.
Let me ask that question right off the hop. Do dogs understand, and especially puppies, the words that are coming out of my mouth, or do they just understand that I'm saying something and the tone might give them the yay or the nay?
Well, I think for especially puppies, they're just trying to figure out our language. So I think it's our tone and intonation and how we say something that they put it together, yes or no, you're happy or you're not happy, because they don't understand the language just yet. They are learning it.
Is repetition the key to having a good puppy or a good dog?
Absolutely, and that's the biggest challenge I come up with is as a trainer, I can train the dog and I do the same thing with the dog and the hand movements and the same sound, and I do it again and again and again, and consistency is key. And then the owner comes home and says, I'm going to do something completely different. And that leads to confusion, and when the dog is confused, it's just going to go its own way.
I'm curious if breed matters, one, and two, does it become that much more difficult when it's a mixed breed or a true mutt?
I think mixed breeds and true mutts, in my experience, tend to be smarter. Sometimes you get those purebreds who are even overbred, if you will, and they're bred for looks. And they're not that bright. So I think you're probably lucky in having, a hybrid or even a mix like that, because they tend to be a little, in my experience, now I'm sure people will say, oh, my breed's so smart. But you know what? I have a very mixed dog, and he's brilliant.
Well, and when it doesn't hurt that your dog also has as a professional pet sitter on the side. Yeah. When it comes to pet sitting, though, and you bring over your puppy or your dog for the first time, or that, is it important to communicate with the pet sitter, hey, here are the cues that we think they've learned, so that they're not confused by what the pet sitter's trying to do as well?
Oh, yeah. It's good to lay down some foundational rules and cues, because dogs, just like human children, they thrive on boundaries. So you can't say, okay, you can't come up on the couch, but then the pet sitter comes over and you're out of town and the pet sitter says, hey, come on up here. It's fine. It's fine. And once you let him on the couch, there's no turning back, No,
absolutely not. Final question for you on this topic, because it's funny to me, is the idea that a dog can actually understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. Is it better to go simple early, or can you go, is there a limit to the number of, I'll say the number of words that you use in a sentence to give a command?
I think you should keep it short and very succinct, especially when you are training your dog, sit down, stay, come, no. I think these are the best learning words for dogs, because they get it. They get it right away. And as they get older and as they get smarter, let's face it, puppies, they're like babies. They're dog babies. They don't know anything. So as they get older and they get used to the household and they become familiar with the rules and then I think you could spring on the 2- and 3-word commands, and you could ask more of them.
For sure. A fun conversation to have with your puppy, or with another human for that matter. Laura Vorreyer is an author and professional pet sitter. Laura, thanks again so much for the time today.
It was my pleasure. Thank you.
Like I said, a little bit of fun to end your Wednesday. This is Calgary Today on 770 CHQR.